Imagine walking into a sprawling metropolis where the skyscrapers are silent and the abandoned markets are swallowed by creeping jungle vines. For centuries, the world believed this was the site of a sudden, inexplicable vanishing act. The numbers make the mystery even deeper. At its height, this empire was home to as many as 16 million people. They mapped the stars with precision and built towering stone pyramids without metal tools or beasts of burden. Then the cities went quiet. For a long time, the thick jungle kept its secrets well. But recent breakthroughs in aircraft-mounted LiDAR technology have allowed scientists to peer through the canopy and map the ground below. These scans revealed that the Maya did not live in isolated ceremonial centers. They lived in megacities. Tens of thousands of previously unknown structures were hiding in plain sight. The LiDAR data showed massive causeways, intricate defensive walls, and sprawling agricultural terraces. During the Classic period, these city-states rivaled the size and complexity of ancient Rome. A megalopolis of this magnitude requires a staggering amount of resources to survive. Maintaining it pushed the delicate environment to a severe breaking point, triggering a series of specific, man-made catastrophes. To maintain their status, the Maya rulers demanded that their stone pyramids and sprawling plazas gleam. They coated these massive structures in a thick, brilliant white plaster called stucco. Creating this lime plaster required an immense amount of heat. To produce just one single square meter of stucco, the Maya had to chop down and burn 20 large trees. Across dozens of cities, they systematically stripped the jungle bare. They cleared massive swaths of forest not just to grow corn for their booming population, but to fuel the fires of architectural vanity. In a rainforest, trees act as nature's water pumps. They pull moisture from the ground and release it into the air to form rain clouds. By stripping the land of its forests, the Maya altered their local climate. The temperature of the cleared land spiked, and the seasonal rains simply stopped coming. Chemical fingerprints locked inside ancient stalagmites revealed the result. Right as the Maya cities began to fall, the region was hit by a series of multi-decade megadroughts that saw rainfall plummet by as much as 70%. A civilization utterly dependent on seasonal rains had systematically engineered the destruction of its own water cycle. As the droughts dragged on, the massive city reservoirs began to drop. The little water that remained became stagnant and concentrated. To decorate their gleaming cities, the Maya used a brilliant blood-red paint made from cinnabar, a mineral naturally loaded with mercury. Every rainstorm washed this toxic mercury off the pyramids and directly into the drinking water. Modern analysis of the sediment at the bottom of these reservoirs has revealed mercury levels incredibly higher than what is safe for human consumption. The divine kings, who lived in the city centers and drank from these main reservoirs, were slowly poisoned. Severe mercury poisoning causes metabolic failure, extreme obesity, and neurological damage, leaving the rulers erratic and incapable of leading. When the kings failed to bring the rain, the starving population questioned their divine authority. As leadership crumbled, the void was filled by violence. As resources dwindled, the region erupted into total war. Carved stone monuments and murals from this era tell a brutal story of conflict. Superpowers like Tikal and Calakmul engaged in decades of struggle. Rival kings were captured and sacrificed, while elite palaces were burned to the ground and never rebuilt. Desperate to maintain power, the kings demanded even more massive temples to appease the gods. This required burning even more trees, worsening the exact drought that was killing their people. The southern lowland cities became uninhabitable death traps of war and starvation. The entire system of divine kingship suffered a complete political and economic rupture. Despite the crumbling cities, the Maya people did not go extinct. Faced with impossible odds, they simply walked away. They abandoned the poisoned kings and crumbling pyramids to find a life that could sustain them. They migrated northward, moving toward the coastal regions and the underground water sources called cenotes. They built magnificent new cities like Chichen Itza and Mayapan. By decentralizing their power and adapting their architecture, the culture transformed rather than dying out. This decentralization made them incredibly resilient. When Spanish invaders arrived centuries later, The lack of a single centralized king made the Maya nearly impossible to conquer. It took the Spanish almost 200 years to subdue the last independent city. Today, more than 7 million Maya people still live in this very region. They still speak the ancient languages and practice traditional farming methods that work in harmony with the forest. The ruins of Tikal and Copan are not monuments to a vanished race, but a mirror for our modern world. They show the consequences of pushing an environment past its breaking point, and the fate of societies where the elite choose vanity over adaptation. Great civilizations erode, choice by choice, until the jungle takes them back.